Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you are doing great. So in this video, we are going to design social links UI. We will make it responsive so it can be viewed on desktop as well as mobile devices. So let's get started. So first we will import an image and set its width and height to 132 pixels. Now add text by pressing T button on your keyboard and enter the name. Thereafter, set the font size to 32 pixels and font weight to medium. Then duplicate the above text layer and enter the place name and set the font size to 18 pixels and arrange little bit centered to the name and font weight to light. Now we add profession, so we simply duplicate the above layer and input the profession and set the font size to 20 pixels and font weight to light. As it looked too bright, so we reduce the opacity from here to 60%. Next, we align these two layers using auto layout and set the gap to 4 pixels. Then we also combine this layer and set the gap of 16 pixels and make sure that all the elements are centered. Then we also group image using auto layout and give 28 pixels gap. Next we add our social links. So we duplicate this layer and type Facebook and set the font size to 20 pixels and font weight to medium. Then we add a line. So let's drag a vertical line and duplicate this element and enter the ID. Also we reduce its opacity to 40% to maintain the design hierarchy. Next we select these layers and combine in auto layout and align the layout to center. Then select the line and set its width to fill to cover only required space. Then give 16 pixels padding from top and bottom. Also set the height to this layout to 56 pixels. The line height is not correct, so we select and make the line height to fill container. And now this is looking better. Next we duplicate this layer for next link, which is LinkedIn. So we change its name to LinkedIn and also change the ID. We should also have to fix the gap between these, so we set the gap of 10 pixels. Also fix the above layout gap to 10 pixels. Then we duplicate again for Twitter and rename it by Twitter and also rename the ID. The line width seems not right, so let's try setting the width from filled to fixed, and yes, now it looks better. Let's also change the above line width to fixed. Next we duplicate the layer for adding our next link and rename it by Instagram and change the ID. Then select all the elements. Oh, I think this element is set to fixed. That is why it's covering out of the box area. So let's set the width to hug and also for all these elements to hug so that they cover only required width. Now select these elements and set it to auto layout and set the gap of 16 pixels. Also align them to center. Then also group these two layers with auto layout and set the gap of 20 pixels. Now set the width to fixed and give 32 pixels padding from top and bottom. Then fill the layout with 1F color code. Now let's insert this layout in a desktop frame. For that, press F for frame tool and drag above the previous layer. Then set its width to 1440 pixels and set height to 1024 pixels. Then set the color code of background to 14 color code. Next, make the inner layer rounded by 12 pixels. Now select the link layer and set its width to fill container. Then select the inner link layer and fill it with white color and set its opacity to 4%. Cool. Now also set the width of this link to fill container to cover all available width. Now for doing the same thing with other links, we have to copy its property by pressing right click and selecting this copy properties option. Next we select the other layer by pressing shift key and press right click button of mouse and select this paste property option. And as you can see that all have the same properties but not the width, so we set their width to fill. Now we need to give some spacing to these links, so we select the outer layer and give 28 pixels padding to left and right. Also the link border need to be rounded, so we select all the links element and set their border radius to 8 pixels. And the desktop mode is being done. Next, as I also said that we make it responsive, so we add a new frame. When we press F, we see this side panel. From there I select iPhone 13 mini. Now select the frame and set the 14 color code to the background color. Then add the card by duplicating it and dragging to mobile frame. Now select the outer mobile frame and set it to auto layout by pressing shift A to align it properly. Then align it to center. After this, give 20 pixels of padding from left and right and set the width of inner card to fill container. After this, select layer and set width to fill and align the text to center. Also select this layer and set width to fill and also these text layer to fill width. And all set, our desktop and mobile designs are being ready. Thanks for watching this video and don't forget to like and subscribe.